why any? Where sure?
Nice wire.
So going through the friend saying, I don't. If you are mankini body I see. Na mankini so bu a ye kwa kwa share nya. You almost be a one in Yaba. Maybe expand that a little bit and then see what happens.
And then the purpose for this year is mainly
well, the purpose is that
cassava plantation.
Cassava plantation, and then of course the Gari. Because you need cassava, you need a lot of cassava for Gari, and if you don't have your own cassava, you're just wasting your time because the prices of the cassava fluctuates every year. It's a different price. It can go as far as, you know, from $350 all the way to $750. This yams that we grew 2 years ago, and the cows came and destroyed it. And cocoa yam is such that every year, so far as you have it in the ground and the roots go in the ground, every year to come, and it just came by itself without us having to replant. Farming is not easy. Farming is not easy. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes money, it takes everything. Money. It really takes a lot of money, especially if you don't have the machines. Like, if you don't have the machines to help the workers, it's so tiring and so not only time consuming, but money consuming, right? But if you have the machines to make it easier for the workers, you know, then you're really into farming. But hopefully slowly but surely we'll get there. Get the machines that will, instead of just spraying, we'll just use the machines to just plow the land and weed and plant what we need to plant. So the animals that you see behind me here didn't happen recently or even today. It's been a long journey, years and years and years of heartache. It's been hard, it's been tough. This is a man's world when it comes to rearing cattle, but as a woman, it takes a lot, and it's taken me a lot. For me or the people around me that has helped to get here, it has not been easy. There should be at least over 30, but now they're like about 21. That should tell you how difficult it is, because you take one step forward, 2 steps back, right? Trying to be a cowgirl or trying to rear cattle or trying to operate in a man's world in this business. It takes money, it takes time, it takes patience, it takes heartache, but mostly money. And I wish that I could just do it, you know, better, bigger and better, but at the same time, we'll see how it goes. So, you know, we found a place here, and the caretaker here has been doing a good job. I have to give him that. So far, he's been doing a good job in taking care of the animals, and you can see, you know, they're so far so good. So yeah, it's been rough, but we're hanging in there and moving forward. So this is the other side of agriculture. This is the other side of farming, as it were. And obviously you're not putting crops in the ground, but you're rearing animals. And in this case, it's cows. But the benefits of having a cow farm or being a cowgirl or rearing cattle is that it is one of the most profitable businesses that you can get your hands on. Now, if you have money, obviously, sometimes it can be capital intensive, but through the years, it's very, very profitable. I mean, I know no other business that can make you money than rearing cattle in Ghana here. That is almost number one, if not the number one thing that you can do here, because you can buy an animal for $8,000, probably rear it for maybe 6 months to a year. You can sell it for $10,000 or $12,000 and turn around and buy 2 smaller cattle, right? Just selling one, you can buy 2 smaller cattle and just keep repeating the cycle and keep repeating the process. And so it's very, very profitable, you know. If you want to get into it and have any questions, simply let me know. Reach out. So the disadvantages in rearing cattle or keeping cattle or getting into the cattle business is, oh my goodness, and this has been the bane of my existence, finding the right cattle herder, the right people that would take care of the animals. First of all, you have to make sure that the person that you're working with is honest. The person that you're working with is going to take care of the animals as if they were their own. But first, you need to make sure that the person that is taking care of the animal, you take care of that person first, because the human being is more important than the animal, right? But the disadvantages, I've told you about the advantages as far as making money. It's a very profitable business, but one of the main disadvantages is finding the right people. Of course, the medications and the other things, all that can be done easily with money. But finding the right person, because obviously we don't know, how the mindset of people, the trustworthy, the loyalty of people, they come in with their own agendas. And there's been instances where people have run away with people's cattle, they have maybe 20, 50, they just disappear. And so it's one of the things that almost all cattle, even the most experienced cattle ranchers battle with this, right? They deal with this. And so it's one of the most disadvantages because, of course, you have to buy vitamins, you have to give shots, you have to make sure the vets come and see the animals. All that costs money. And that is not so much, it's not so much an issue as getting the right person to take care of the animals. It's the number one issue that all of us deal with. So that's one of the disadvantages, but it's still a good business to get into.